stew.
This is whatever you do. This is the beginning of the episode now, Stuart.
Oh, sorry. I do this too much.
Do whatever you're doing. It's part of the entertainment. People don't watch. We're on our second season now. People don't watch our coverage without expecting some floundering.
Entertain us, children. Yeah, I've just changed my name on Twitter to Stew.
To what?
I teach people Papa Stew. Because someone called me that in the chat and I like it. And I am teaching the important... Stu is teaching us the important lesson of not killing people with a cut.
Yeah. That's going to be really confusing to archive viewers who have no idea that you were just reading the highway code to the stream.
Yeah, archive viewers in the... I was...
You're cutting out a bit, by the way.
If you wanted to hear me reading the highway code, you should have shown up to this stream on time. What are you doing? What are you doing that's better than listening to this? You lazy people.
Anyway,
so we're talking about Village of the Angels
Yeah,
now.
the episode that's been heralded as both the best and worst episode of Doctor Who's history. I think people on Twitter might have short memories.
Yeah. Oh, what really? Some people are calling it the worst, because I keep hearing people calling it the best.
Yeah, some people calling it the worst episode of the show's history. More people, I think, are calling it the best. I think it's just not very good.
I thought it was fine. It's just I came out the other end of it with way more questions about how the Weeping Angels are supposed to work.
Yeah.
Which happens with every Weeping Angel story.
The basic plot of this episode is that there's this lady called Claire. She is hallucinating Weeping Angel type stuff. The angel that captured the TARDIS in the last episode takes the Doctor to Claire and the village that she is in. And we get loads of we get loads of stuff about the Weeping Angels are attacking this village, and everyone in the village goes missing on this day because of the Weeping Angels, we're led to believe, and that is the case. Yes.
Yeah, and this Claire person, she was sent back in time to. By the way, one thing that I do like in this episode is the date is referenced that it's the 21st of November 1966. So there is a date in this show other than the 23rd of November 1963.
When we do our writing stream and we do an anniversary special, I am not allowing us to set it on the 23rd of November 1963.
No, that is banned. That is not a date anymore.
In this universe, so many things. In the Doctor Who universe, so many things happen on that day.
It's the most important day in the history of the world ever. But in this, but it can't have importance ascribed to it in universe, because otherwise that's breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah. So there's a Weeping Angel. There's loads of Weeping Angels attacking this village, right? For reasons currently unknown. They get Yaz and Dan and send them back in time to 1902, I think, is the other time zone.
Yeah, it's 1902.
So Dan and Yaz are in a separate plot for the episode in 1902. The Weeping Angels, they attack the house that Claire is in and the Doctor is in. Eventually, they get... This is the entire plot, by the way. They attack the... I mean, it's not bad that it's a simple plot, by the way. It's a very simple plot. The Weeping Angels attack the house that the Doctor and Claire are hiding in. They... get in, and eventually they determine that they want Claire, because Claire is there is a rogue angel living in Claire's brain, like a rogue Weeping Angel that knows loads of secrets about the Time Lords, right? The Weeping Angels are working for the Time Lords to capture this rogue Weeping Angel to capture her, right? Stuart, how do you feel about Weeping Angels working for the Time Lords?
Just the more we explain the Weeping Angels and the more motivations we give them, the less mysterious they become.
Yeah, it's such that's the problem I have with it. Not that it's a new motivation. It's such a simple motivation. Is they are working a job. It's like it's almost the same level of mystery ruining as you go into a shop and it's a Weeping Angel as a cashier and it's whoa, a Weeping Angel. Well, yeah, I'm a cashier, I need money. It's like, I feel like that somewhat ruins the mystery of this ethereal alien creature that's...
Yeah, like in Blink, it's so simple and yet, but it's just so effective. But because like they're unlike any other creature that
Yeah.
we've really seen before. They're like
Their
they like
motivation is inhuman and complex, not like animalistic and simple, but complex and unknowable and inhuman.
yeah, it's unknowable. They have no voice, and they're just sort of like these mysterious, sinister figures that you just see outside the house. Then you look away, and then they're gone.
yeah. It's like we don't really comprehend in Blink, or really in Time of Angels, what it would be like to be a weeping angel. In this, I just get the impression that it would be like being a person, but you can't move if someone's looking at you, and you thirst to feast on time.
Yeah, they essentially just become another Doctor Who monster, but with a movement handicap.
Yeah. Well, a movement buff when you're not looking at them because they're very fast. Well, that's the thing as well. But we'll get to that. So they siege this house that the Doctor is hiding in. The Doctor escapes through a tunnel underground. But but it's not good enough. And they capture the Doctor. Or they capture Claire and but they're like, actually, you know what, Doctor, you're a better target. The Time Lords want you even more than they want Claire. So they capture the Doctor instead of Claire. Not sure why they even leave Claire. I just accidentally opened my my Steam messages with Mauler there. That's okay. The notification appeared in the same place that I was clicking anyway.
It's all right. It wouldn't be a JN2 stream without fuck ups.
Yeah.
Although I didn't go. Although I haven't been for a piss in the middle of the stream yet.
And them capturing the Doctor, it looks... I'm sorry, the effects aren't good, but it's like... Let's just talk about it in concept. Is it turns her into a weeping angel?
Yeah, why did it do that?
Unclear. She just becomes a
can't-
weeping angel.
I can't tell. I mean, it's the sort of thing that you won't remember this because you were a fetus at the time, but people keep on... back in the day, people would like take clips from like YouTube videos. People take like clips from TV shows and set them to like emo music that people had heard on MySpace, and it just made me immediately think this is the sort of thing that someone would take from Doctor Who and set it to like "Bring Me to Life" by Evanescence and put it in a shitty YouTube video with like on their channel with like 6 subscribers. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh my god, I want to be a video editor, so I'm going to set it to a music video of like.
And that's
By the way,
really the whole story.
By the way, I'm lampshading myself at this point.
Yeah, that is really the whole of the story, by the way. Like, there's not much more to it than this. There's the subplot with... I mean, first, we get lots of details, like the Weeping Angels have like isolated the village in time, so you physically can't leave the village. There's like a barrier where it's just space. Instead, I'm trying to find... Yeah, there it is. Like that's, you can't leave the village. It's been isolated. There is just the average quality of scene is incredibly low. That's the thing, right? So if I play this scene here, where Stuart, you know the one I'm talking about, where there's the old couple walking and
the old couple and the angel comes up to the man and it turns him to stone and it shatters.
Not that scene, but that is another crap scene that we will have to talk about. But
what's going on?
I don't know, Gina.
So hang on, I think I'm just trying to find the right moment. So we've got this couple walking along, casually chatting to each other, right? And then we get this.
I'm going home.
No, be quiet, Gerald.
Gene, what has got into you?
Look.
So they're walking along casually, and one of them goes, "Wait, what's that? Look, I don't." And they're literally standing on like the edge of the cliff, just goes into space, and you're like, I feel like the effects department didn't communicate with the actors here. It's like, clearly that's not a reaction from with literally standing on the edge. Like, surely it should just be in the distance and you can only vaguely see that something is wrong. And like, that's the thing, like, the overall plot...
It's Chibnall. People underreact to things.
The overall plot is fine in concept, but all of the little bits like this are just broken. So, another example. When the angels are sieging the house, right? I keep accidentally clicking on bell scenes. We're going to have to talk about that at some point. When the angels the Bangels, spell it with the B emoji. When the Bangels are trying to siege this house that the Doctor and Claire are hiding in, for example, they get kept out for like ages by just a locked wooden door, when in like their previous appearances they've been able to like smash their way through metal doors because they're incredibly fast and incredibly strong.
Well, they have to take ages to be able to smash through the wooden doors of the house because the Doctor has a lot of plot to explain to Claire.
Because the plot wouldn't be able to happen if they could get in the house. It's like they could have set this episode in a place where it would be believable that there would be defenses the angels couldn't get through. Or they could have had like more people in the house and have it so that there are people like stationed outside the windows looking at the angels at all times. And like it actually takes lapses for the angels to get closer. That could have been a really cool plot. Is seeing like these few people band around and see how they defend their houses, how the house from like a huge group of weeping angels that are trying to attack them. But we don't get that. Instead, it's just, oh, they closed the door.
It's like, oh my god, the traditional Dalek, just run up some stairs. How do you stop a weeping angel? Just close the door.
It should be really so. It should just literally be, oh yeah, you look at it, don't you? So scared. But it's like, yeah, close a small wooden door. And I'm remembering, I just immediately remember.
Which is completely counterintuitive to the angels because the point is you're supposed to look at them.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I remember in Flesh and Stone when they showed, it's like they tried closing the door on the angels, except they weren't wooden doors. They were massive metal bulkheads. And they had they magnetized them and locked the wheels that you had to turn to open these heavy duty doors were locked in place. And there was literally a line, and it's like, yeah, well, they take a 10-ton truck to move that or whatever, and then they start moving because the angels are incredibly strong. It's like, holy shit, the angel. It's like, no, wooden door, literally fucking glass windows from the 60s. Throw a brick.
And yeah, and it's like, so when the doctor locks them downstairs, they take them downstairs in the basement. And the Doctor turns on this sort of CCTV thing to look at the angels.
Yeah.
To freeze them in place. But it's like it's one CCTV angle.
Yeah. But it's also that's not even how it works.
That's not how it works. No. But it's one CCTV angle when they're supposed to be angels. So you're
cutting out a bit there, by the way.
Sorry. So you've locked yourself behind a wooden door, which stops the angels anyway. So why have you got the CCTV camera on? Well, we got the CCTV.
Oh yeah,
it only captures one angle.
It's a
There's
plot
hundreds
point.
of them.
It's a thing that they throw a rock through one of the glass windows, but they don't just climb through the window because reasons. It's like they're kept out. But look, there's a part where they break down a wooden door very easily, but it's like no.
And it's like, with the CCTV camera that's on, so that they can look at the angels, as they keep on saying, because they have to re-explain the angels every 5 minutes for some reason, an image of an angel becomes itself an angel. So my question was that they've turned this CCTV camera on so that they can look at the angels to keep them frozen, but an image of the angel becomes itself an angel. So they've essentially, by turning the CCTV camera on, they've created more angels, have they?
Yeah, so the thing is...
Or are the angels that they're looking at through the CCTV camera, are they the same angels as the ones upstairs, or are these new angels?
So what I gather from is that the image of a specific angel is like an extension of that angel. It can use it to like reach out and explore through its own image. And I think that's pretty cool. I like that as a piece of addition to the lore. I know certain people who don't. Not going to name any names. But if either of them are watching this, you know who you are. But it's like, I think it's a perfectly good addition to the lore. I think it makes sense with the angels being these sort of ethereal creatures that like have all of this weird stuff that's to do with looking and vision and eyes. It's like, yeah, I'm totally happy to accept this as just a weird thing that they have as in their roster of abilities. But surely the Doctor should know this and not set up CCTV of the angels. And surely it would be so much more tense if there was a person that they went, right, you're going to have to stay up there to look at them so they don't get any closer while we do what we need to do down here. Surely that would be so much more tense and scary. It's like
Yeah, that'd make way more sense.
the whole scene is... It's just...
You know, like it'd be like in the like in Blink, where he has to look at the angels while Sally's doing
Yeah,
something.
which was really tense. And the thing is as well, even the Doctor and Claire, even they like have like a psychic link with each other, and neither of them are looking at the TV screen. So they leave this one dude to stare at the TV screen for like 10 minutes. It's like, I don't think I could not blink for 10 minutes. I'm sorry, that's just not doable. Especially without showing like blink one eye at a time. But I've tried blinking one eye at a time. It actually doesn't work like very easily. Like your brain doesn't comprehend that you have blinked. At least when I do it, like my brain is still like, blink, please blink. You need to blink or your eyes will dry out.
How to defeat the... Sorry, I'm reading a super chat again. How to defeat the weak... Step 1. Use a hammer to destroy their hands. Step 2. Put a bag over its head. Step 3. Close the door. Brackets optional.
I can't imagine a scene where you look at a weeping angel and then just while it's frozen, you put a bag on its head and that's it. And maybe draw a willy on its face.
Yeah, but that's also actually a point. They turn to stone when you look at them, right? Why not use that opportunity to smash it?
I'd love to meet the Doctor Who character who, when a weeping angel was frozen, would draw a willy on its face.
Captain Jack.
Yeah, that is Captain Jack. Well, the thing is, another thing that breaks the angels is their appearance in Time of the Doctor, when the Doctor defeats one with a mirror. And you're like, I feel like if mirrors work against them, I feel like they're very easy to defeat. Look at it, get your mirror, put it in front of it, you're done. That one's down. No more weeping angel there, because they're looking at themselves.
It's just sort of destroying their mystique. Originally, the reason that they were supposed to be scary is that they get when they get you, they send you back in time, and that worked for Sally Sparrow. It worked in a Dr. Light episode. That was an actual threat. But when you have them in situations with the Doctor, it's sort of like she has a time machine.
Yeah.
So now we have to add more things that they can do, like they snap people's necks for some reason, and for some reason they turn people into stone here. It's just like the more we add to the angels, the more we add their mystique. It was much better when they were just these weird, mysterious, distant figures who worked in a completely alien way.
This couple who gets who underreacts to the spacey wacy place, get attacked by an angel, right? They get sent back in time, and the angel feeds on their time energy. Then in the previous time zone, in the 1902 time zone that the angel sends them to, another angel is there and it attacks them again, which gives another line that just contradicts loads of stuff we've learned about the angels before. And an event happens. I'm scanning through. Yeah, so we get this scene. Let me see. Is it this bit? Is it further on, or is it? Is this it?
It's to me.
I don't want to play it too long because, copyright, but
I can say more words while you're doing things.
Well, so the thing is, when they get attacked by the Weeping Angel the second time, they don't get sent back in time. They turn to stone and explode. And there's this little girl here who says, no one ever survives it twice, which is an explicit contradiction to what's come before, when we've seen very clearly on screen people getting zapped back in time multiple times by the Weeping Angels. It's just, oh, you fucked that up. And I think, oh, well, that was a massive contradiction to what's previously been established about the Weeping Angels. What does it actually mean? Surely this is going to be significant to the story if you contradict the Weeping Angels in such a big way. And it's like, no, it literally never comes up again. They just wanted a cool scene of two people exploding in rock.
Yeah, because why did they do that? what was the motivation? What for the angels to do that?
I guess
Like before they had a simple motivation, just feed off of the time energy.
So yeah, the weeping angel, the rogue weeping angel that the Doctor is here to protect, talks to the Doctor and is like, I know all the secrets about the division and about your past, and the Doctor's like, please tell me, please. And the weeping angel's like, no. Well, no, in time, and then but it doesn't get a chance to because the Doctor gets captured. The dialogue is just poor. That's the thing. It's a really simple story. I didn't realize how quickly we were going to be able to cover this. Because I feel like we've already covered most of it. Dan is separated
that's
from.
probably why people like it, because it's a really simple story as opposed to the rest of Flux, which has been
True.
really massively overcomplicated.
More of the Sontarans is really simple as well, and people like that as well. But the thing is, the Weeping Angels aren't made stupid so that the heroes can win. They are made really weak as piss, but I guess they are made stupid because none of them think to climb in the window.
And they just sort of get stopped by a door.
Yeah. But that's not stupid. That's like they're clearly battering at the door. It's just Chibnall has forgotten that they're strong. Like they can get through doors really easy.
I suppose that sequence of the angel talking to Jericho, nice, using his voice.
It's okay. I don't remember like hating it or liking it that much. I thought it was like appropriately creepy.
I mean, I like that this episode goes for mood and atmosphere. It's just
Yeah, and it does that well, I think.
It's just in terms of writing. I'm still clutching my head and just thinking that the only angel story we actually needed was Blink.
Yeah.
And this is not to say that I don't like Time of the Angels. I do like Time of the Angels and Flesh and Stone. It's just the more we explain the angels, the more I'm just wondering how the fuck these things are supposed to work.
I'm really worried that Chibnall is going to give them an origin story.
Oh god, can you imagine?
Well, there's like a popular fan theory that they are corrupted Time Lords or something. I'm really worried that Chibnall's going to write that into the show.
Oh god, I hope not. God, I hope not. They're supposed to just be this weird, mysterious creatures.
Yeah, they're just a mysterious force.
They're just a weird, mysterious force. Doctor Who explains things too much. Ambiguity.
I would love to go to a planet. Like, I'd love to do a story that was just we go to a planet that's infested with them and they have all these, like, weird, unknowable things going on, right? That's the story I think I want to do with them. Rather, like you know, like there's this strange rocky world. There's no life, but it's covered in statues, and we're going to investigate. You know, that kind of thing. Belle gives birth to a weeping angel. That's where they come from.
No, she's going to give birth to the Doctor.
The angels are all timeless children. Could be something like that. So yeah, Dan and Yaz have their own plot in this episode where they get sent back in time. They get caught by an angel really early. It's another sequence that's just could be really atmospheric and creepy, but it's just not sold properly. It's not filmed properly. It's not directed properly. One of those fancy film words that the academics know. That's just.
Keep your eyes on it.
Thing is, as well, 2 people versus 1 weeping angel. It should be fine. You should be good. You don't have to both blink at the same time. Like the chances of you both blinking at the same time are so low. Just both stare at it. You don't even need to try not to blink if there are 2 of you. Like, I really don't feel like this episode understands the stakes that the weeping angels can provide and how to utilize them effectively.
No, and they even there was that one scene where the guy vanishes in the graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
Where he goes up to the angel and it's him, and they don't even do the jump scare where the angel jumps up to him and takes his hands off his eyes. It's just stood in the same position, and then it's supposed to have got him, and then it stood in the same position.
I mean, that's probably the least of my complaints, but you are right. And this is also let down, I think, just by the 13th Doctor not being a particularly interesting character. Like, she's just running around the whole time going, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's like, I'm imagining, like, you know, the 10th Doctor or the 7th Doctor or the 6th Doctor in this situation. I'm like, whoa, I'd love to see that way more. I'd love to see their reactions and the performances that those actors would give. Whereas Jodie, like the whole time, like she's running down the tunnel from the angels, it is just sort of whoa,
I've just
or over explaining everything.
I've just remembered because I was looking at the tweets that I sent out because I'm just wondering if there's anything interesting in this episode at all. There was one bit where an old man says when he gets surprised by something, "Jiminy Christmas," and then the old woman says, "Gerald, language,"
Just say, yeah, that was funny.
which just made me think of Born and Bred. I think Chris Chibnall misses Born and Bred.
There's this old lady who meets her younger self. Did they ever actually do anything with that? So there's this little girl who goes missing at the start. Like she's the first one the angels get, and the episode starts with the town looking for this little girl, but doesn't go anywhere. So I didn't bother to mention it, right?
Well, that's the emotional crux. It gets to the end of the episode, and it gets revealed that the little girl is actually the old woman.
Yeah, but it's like I'm just like, okay, cool, that's fine. There's this like this gateway between the time zones which exists for reasons. It might just be again another case of at the beginning of War of the Sontarans, Dan and Yaz vanish and reappear in the places that they need to be for the story. Well, in this story, they need the this little girl to be able to have a scene with her older self in 1967, right? Because the story is she gets sent back in time by a weeping angel to 1902. And they're trying to get her back to, Dan and Yaz like, maybe we can get back to 1967 somehow. But this little girl...
Sorry, just someone wrote in the chat, "I can't look at the angels, I'm too socially awkward." Reference.
So yeah, there's this... So in War of the Sontarans, Dan and Yaz just disappear and reappear in the places they need to be in the story for reasons. Because, we couldn't... What were we supposed to do? Write a reason that they're there? No, they literally just vanish and reappear where the story wants them to be.
It's because of the flux, Jay.
In this...
Flux did it.
In this, we need... That's probably just going to be the explanation, right? It's just going to be the flux lol, I imagine. It's like random time to go wrong in ways.
It's like the Xena warrior princess thing in The Simpsons. Well, a wizard did it.
Yeah.
When you can't think
in this story,
a wizard did it.
We need the little girl who got sent back in time. The reveal is that there was this old woman there the whole time, and that's actually her. She never gets back to her own time, and she has to just live through the years 1902 to 1967. And there's a climactic scene where she talks to her old self, and her old self is like, "Yep, that you don't get back. I am you," right? And that's it. And it's just like, but for this scene to happen, we would need a way for the characters to be able to talk from the past to the future, but not be able to get back from the past to the future. How do we do that? Well, a random time window just opens up for unexplained reasons, for no reason at all, and the little girl is able to see through it and talk to herself in 1967. But she can't walk through it, because if you walk through it, you die. For unexplained reasons.
Because that's what that's how we have an emotional hook in the episode.
It's like, it's gone beyond trying to contrive and engineer something to happen. It's like, it's not even contrived. Like, it's beyond that. It literally is just... Chris writes the words, and then everything I needed to happen for my payoff happened. Like, it goes beyond it. It's like a contrivance would be like...
quote.
A contrivance would be like if a time machine just randomly like a TARDIS crashed and it created some like time distortion, right? Like a random Time Lord crashes their TARDIS here and it creates a time distortion window and you can see through time for a while. That would be contrived. This is just, there's no cause. It just happens because fuck you. Like, it just events just happen because. Anyway, the Weeping Angels, they capture the Doctor and that's their cliffhanger. Should we do Belle's story?
Yeah, all right. Let's do Belle's story because that's another thing about Flux. It's I think I mentioned this when we did have. I can envision.
You're cutting out, Stuart.
Has it done it again?
I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah. I think we talked about this when we did Halloween Apocalypse and War of the Centaurans. I think this series started out as a series of standalone episodes, and then they had to contrive this big event. They had the Flux more in the background, but this did start out as more a series of singular episodes. But they had to contrive this event in, and basically what they've done is that they've written these random scenes into the middle of episodes, which break the flow of the action.
It's like it's just a subplot, and I'm fine with it existing here, I guess. But it does make the episode less rewatchable as its own standalone story, as there's all this plot arc that it just cuts to randomly.
Yeah, it's random. There's no real.
It does feel
no real
random.
rhyme or reason. There's no real rhyme or reason. There's no reason for it to start here and
it has
to stop here and for it to start there.
Two narrative, and at the end of the episode they just forgot a scene, so put it in the credit. So it's just. It really plays out like they forgot a scene.
Yeah, the credits start and then it just like, oh, whoops, put this in here.
So Belle is on this planet, right? She lands on this planet that was apparently really nice once, but it's been destroyed in like whatever Flux-related reasons. She meets Neil from the In-Betweeners, who we were talking about, like just one of the last few episodes, weren't we? As a character, he's a great character, and he's a great actor as well. He does fucking great in this. Did you like his performance?
What was the point of these scenes again?
Yeah, that's a good question, but did you like his performance?
Yeah, I suppose so. It's fine. I was just watching it, just wondering what this scene was, though.
So, yeah, she meets this guy, and he says, oh, by the way, I really like this as a premise, but it just doesn't really get taken anywhere, and you already know what the answer's going to be. Like, I would be really intrigued if the Doctor arrived on a planet, and there was this guy, like this specific guy here going, it's horrible here, but there's this guy, he comes and he's willing to take us all off the planet and he's going to save us all, right? I'd be super intrigued if this was an episode that I had faith in to at least probably be good. But, you know, I don't get that. And this isn't its own story. This is like a very short B plot in the actual story. But like, it seems like a cool premise that feels wasted here. Maybe I'm just clutching at straws. Like, yeah, this seems like it could belong in something cool, but it doesn't.
Instead it's just sort of cut up and pasted inside a Weeping Angel story.
Yeah, so this guy
which was clearly written when this was originally just going to be a 10 episodes.
So I don't know that's completely fair, because it does play into the full story, I assume, of the Doctor getting captured. This is the thing that at least that we were advocating before, right? It didn't result in a good story, but I think it does result in a better story. It's like where don't just have the cliffhanger be something that randomly shows up and then just happens. Be the cliffhanger, like earn the cliffhanger, where the Doctor tries to escape and then doesn't, right? And that's what this episode is.
That's true.
I amend it for that.
That's a positive.
Yeah. Because you know what we could have had instead of this? We could have had episode 3 ending with some Weeping Angel showing up and turning the Doctor into a Weeping Angel, and that's it.
That is true. Yeah, it does earn its cliffhanger.
Yeah.
That, and I do like the idea that, you know, an image of an angel becomes itself an angel, and Claire has the image of an angel in her mind and becoming a Weeping Angel. That's quite cool.
That's a Moffat thing.
That is more a Moffat thing. Yeah.
I mean, that's explicitly how he phrases it in his in Time of the Angels.
Yeah, that's true. Which I think, as I mentioned earlier, with my nitpick over the CCTV cameras. The image of an angel becomes itself an angel. It was a nice little throwaway sort of essential joke in Time of the Angels, but as a rule, it's kind of fucked them, because I was just looking at that scene and wondering, are those the same angels?
Well, I think it works. It would be work more if it was clearly established that yes, an angel can reach out through an image of itself, right? But that should be it. Like the angel can use the image of itself to like sense out and like sort of interact, but it's not really there, you know?
Just a very complicated monster.
Like an angel has these sort of like psychic abilities, right? And if an angel can use its psychic abilities through an image of itself, I'm fine with that, right? But this episode has them like literally manifesting through the images of themselves, like literally they are in that room now. That didn't even happen in Time of Angels. So Belle's story. She meets this guy and he's like, yeah, there's this person. They take off. It sucks here and we're all stranded, but there's this person who offers to take us off world. They're gonna arrive soon. Come on. I'll take you. Hopefully I'll get chosen this time and they'll take me off world. So Belle follows this guy. I'm trying to find the second scene. Yeah, here it is. And it's Azure, the skull face person. She appears and everyone's like, yay, please take us off world. It's shit here. And she's like, okay. And clearly this is something she's done a lot of times, right? That's the sense you get. And then she brings out a passenger, and this is just how she collects hostages. All of these people get absorbed into the passenger, but except for Belle and this guy. Belle like saves this guy, and he gets really mad and is like, hey, how dare you? I wanted to go with them. And she's like, that's a passenger. I've saved you from it. And he's like, fuck off. And that's him. He's done. He's not in the story anymore.
Yeah, this is just set up for the next part, isn't it?
And then, thing is...
Which we haven't watched yet.
Yeah, we haven't watched episode 5 yet. It aired, like, literally just before we started this stream. And then, the credits literally roll... Like, they do the Doctor turning into an angel. That's the cliffhanger, right? Let's just play that real quick.
Oh, do I need to say funny words over this?
No, I was... Well, you say a funny word now, because I've paused it.
Pwag.
Thank you. And I will now continue to press play so that we don't... The pause was for copyright reasons. Right, so, that's the cliffhanger. Then the credits start to roll. Because we think we've had most of Belle's story, because, the episode literally ended, right? Belle's story this episode was she went into a... She went on a planet, there was this guy there, and he's like, there's this person who takes us off the planet, and then he takes her to Azure, and she's like, no, that's Azure, and she's got a passenger form. That's bad, don't be going with her. And then that's the story. She escapes that, and then that's it. But then, during the credits, we get this. Hang on. Oh, I skipped too far. Oh yeah! There was also a weird, distorted version of the theme playing. Which I guess is to symbolize that the Doctor is a weeping angel now. You noticed that, Stuart? There was a weird version of the closing theme.
Oh yeah, there was. Yeah.
It was like all muted.
I'm hoping that episode 5 contains some sort of sequence where the Doctor is a weeping angel, but it's probably just...
Well,
it's probably not going to do that.
People in the chat have seen it, but my guess is that if it plays out anything like Revolution of the Daleks, the Doctor will be gone for 20 minutes, and then she'll just be back to save the day again.
Yeah, probably.
And she'll resolve it without consequence. Maybe that won't happen. Who knows? Maybe this will be... But yeah, I mean, everyone in chat who's seen the episode knows, because it's literally out, but... Let's just press play. No, let's not just press play. This is the wrong part. Here.
I love the chat is just saying the word "pwag" now.
So yeah, the theme is really... I like this disturbing version of the theme, but it just feels kind of like a mistake at the same time. I don't know. It doesn't feel right, and I get that that's what they're going for, but it doesn't feel right. It's like, a bad effect doesn't feel right. Like... It's almost there, but I feel like it could have used some work. But, I'm fine with it. But...
Oh, someone just said, prepare to be disappointed with that lol, so yeah.
Yay! Yeah, then the credits like, no, actually not the credits. I wonder, by the way, how many people just turned off the episode during that.
Yeah, I was close to doing that.
So yeah, there's another scene where Vinda arrives on this planet that Belle was just on and meets the guy that Belle met. And he's like, have you seen her? And he's like, yeah, I have. And he's like, where'd you go? And he takes her to this message that she left for him, which is this recording where she talks... First of all, no idea what this technology is, but apparently it can only record very short messages and only be used once. Just because, she says, she makes all of this small talk, and then she says, oh, by the way, I'm going to these coordinates, and then the message cuts off, and you're like, bestie, Are you trying to establish that this character is dumb because you just established that this character is dumb? You give the if you know you have a very short amount of time, you give the important information first. You don't go, oh yeah, right. Also, the very important information that I need to share, and then cut off. Like, it's the cliche as well of the whole like, before I die, the villain is, you know, it's that. But, you know, Village of the Angels, very simple story. Not very good. The atmosphere was pretty good in some scenes. But it was also crap in others. Like, it's sort of a coin flip. Will they execute the atmosphere well in this scene, you know? And when it's crap, it's like real crap.
Could have used more thought, specifically in the siege on the house bit.
Oh, and I guess, well, just in general, really. My final question is this, and maybe this is something I missed, right? The Angels at the end, that it's revealed they're working for the Division and they're trying to capture Claire. But then they're like, but we've got a much better target than Claire now, Doctor. We're going to capture you. The Division want you way more than they want Claire. And Claire, they say, if you come with us, we'll leave Claire, right? Am I remembering that correctly? The thing is, all I'm thinking,
yeah.
And then the Doctor's like, okay, and then they capture the Doctor. The thing is, I'm thinking, they're literally surrounded, like, fully by, like, a swarm of these things. There's, like, swarm of Weeping Angels. There's no getting out of this. The Angels have all the leverage, and this has been very clearly established that the Angels won. But then they want to do, like, the Doctor sacrifices or something? Hang on. Yeah, there's the shot. That's how many Angels are there. They've captured the Doctor. And just to be clear, behind her is a wall of death. If she walks backwards, she'll die. She's fucked, right? But then they're bargaining with her when they have all the power. And, like, surely the whole point of this episode was that she lost the conflict and therefore suffers the consequences. Not she wins, but wants to save this person's life, so gives herself up. It's like they want to have their cake and eat it too. Someone in chat just said, fuck off. Are they talking to us or about the show? Or to someone else in chat? They have no reason to let Claire go. Yeah.
Go on, tell me to fuck off, chat.
Well, I don't know if they're saying. That's the thing. It's so ambiguous. They could just be they could be talking to someone else in chat. They could be talking about the episode itself, like, oh, that happens. Oh, fuck off. Or they could be talking to us.
I did say I wanted ambiguity earlier.
How were the Division introduced this series? I don't remember. Right?
The Doctor mentioned them when she was talking to Carbonista.
Yeah. Unless you mean in Series 12, they're introduced in
a flashback during that PowerPoint. Yeah. During that long boring
No, not in the PowerPoint. They're introduced in Fugitive of the Jadoon.
Wait, are they?
I mean, they appear, but you don't know who they are.
The first mention of them that I remember was in the PowerPoint presentation.
The chat is full of people saying "fuck off, Stu."
Oh, I love that I can affect people.
I was waiting in chat to see that person who said "fuck off" explaining what they were unhappy with, but I don't feel like we're getting that now. I feel like we've just got loads of "fuck off." Oh, it was incredulous to another thing. I'm sorry. You don't have to be sorry. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Anyway, by the way, I'm finished now with approving all of the messages that say "fuck off." I'm not gonna click for the whole stream approve message on every, because "fuck off" gets filtered by YouTube chat. You're not allowed to say "fuck off."
Oh.
So yeah,
call me a cunt, chat.
Oh, that won't get through. But yeah, I'm giving up on just approving the swarm of this message has been held to review.
Oh yeah. So while we're here, I mean, pretty much covered Village of the Angels. What is the Evil Dan meme? People keep on talking about it. I don't know what it is.
Hey, don't spam in the chat though, please. Evil Dan is Dan. There's a point, where like Dan's line of dialogue is like, "What's the point of being alive if you don't do this?" and someone's just cut that line of dialogue to, what's the point of being alive? And that's Evil Dan.
I don't get it.
I don't really like the Evil Dan meme. Anyway, should we do super chats?
Okay.
What if, instead of older version, likes her life in the past and the... hang on, I'm just going to read this. What if, instead, older version likes her life in the past and the family she made and thus doesn't want her past self to go back and thus undo her? I mean, that's how I would feel if I was sent, like, back in time as a child. I think, yeah, this is, like, my entire life. I grew up and lived here. I don't want that to be undone. I don't get the sense that she wants it to be undone, to be fair. I just get the sense that she was sad that her life got robbed from her, which I think is, like, fair. So I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
And we've got, my poor granddad must be so lost watching this show.
Oh God, can you imagine if people's grandparents are still watching this? I feel really sorry.
Yeah. If my grandparents were watching this, I couldn't imagine. Like, they would just be so lost. They would give up, I think.
Yeah, totally.
We got, can't wait for the next stream. More Highway Code. Is it going to be more Highway Code next stream?
No, I'm going to be changing it up. I'm thinking about. I basically raided my bookshelf before we did this stream.
That's very fair.
Ran a Twitter poll asking what people would like.
You're breaking up.
No, next time we've got a choice between No Exit, the plays of Jean-Paul Sartre, Brave New World by Aldous Huxley, which is fucking disgusting.
I've read that one.
Naked Lunch by William Burroughs, which is even more disgusting.
I have not read that one.
High Rise by J.G. Ballard.
I've watched the film adaptation of that one.
So yeah, you're learning with Jay and Stu.
In fact, I watched the film adaptation of High Rise because of your video on Paradise Towers where you mentioned it. I was like, this looks interesting. I'll give it a watch.
Because Paradise Towers is essentially a kid's version of High Rise.
Yeah. Anyway, that was us sharing opinions on Village of Angels. Hope you enjoyed, everyone. Stuart, do you have any closing words?
Whop.